Oh boy, sweeps and throws. These are some of my favorite things to execute in fights, but also in sparring. Today we're going to talk about 5 reasons you need to lock this up, get really good at it, so you can execute all the time. I have a pretty awesome highlight that shows all my sweeps, all my throws from fights. If we started including everything in sparring, I would have so many amazing ones. But I don't have that many in fights because kickboxing, especially as we get to the later years, my last, Bellator ones, Glory ones, they're not allowing us to throw them as much. But I still love them. I think they're an integral part of any fight sport in terms of enjoyment for the fans and for fighters to be able to execute, because only super skilled athletes are going to be able to actually bring this to their fight game. So we're going to talk about 5 reasons you have to start incorporating this, and there's a wait list down below where you can get yourself registered on that wait list for my upcoming sweeps and throws course. It's called Takedown. Strike ready combat, takedown, and I have poured my heart and soul into this the last couple months. Filming is going to start very soon, but I have been going through and thinking exactly what videos do we need, how am I going to break them down, and how am I going to deliver everything to you guys so you can add this the best way possible to your fight game. So the very first reason, whether it be sparring or in a fight, that I love to execute a sweep or a throw is, to me, it shows complete dominance. It's one of those things when you see somebody in a fight and they land a couple punches, you're like, oh, okay, those are great. But when somebody catches and you launch somebody down to the floor and you can just walk away sort of staring at them as you do it, to me, it is the ultimate display of control in the fight. And whether you're at the gym again or you're in a fight, it is a great feeling to have that. And I used to love doing this when we were in sparring, because sometimes you get guys from out of town, different gyms, they come in and you're like, oh, okay, I need to show this guy what's up, that I have the skill level way up here compared to them. And there's no better way than to throw them or to sweep them to the ground. The next reason that I always loved it, especially in my amateur career, when my cardio was not it's high because of the extra nerves I had, like I hadn't learned how to deal with those, so I would get more fatigued. But executing sweeps and throws gives you a break and fatigues your opponent, because all you have to do is go boom and then just stand there, and they're midair, they're having to control their breathing when they hit the ground, and then they have to get up. And that whole time, even though it's probably realistically somewhere between 3 and 5 seconds, that's just break for you. It's where you get to relax and you get to take in the extra effort that they're putting in. And same in sparring. If you have somebody who can outpace you in sparring and you want to take over cardio-wise, or at least level it, executing a couple of these is going to help you so much. Reason number 3 that you want to get this into your arsenal is it is absolutely great for sparring. Why is it great for sparring? Because you don't hurt people. Right? When you step in and you throw anything to the head, even small little taps, there's a little bit of damage accumulating. But when somebody goes to throw a kick and you grab and you just sweep their leg out and they just fall on their bum or they fall on their back, or you grab their low kick and you push them over, overall, they're not taking damage. It's fantastic for sparring because it allows you to really work on your skill level while not hurting the other person. And one of the reasons I was able to build my skill set so much is I would go, okay, I outskill so many people at the gym, so I have to do something that's harder. And might as well do some sweeps and some throws. Another fantastic reason to get this into your arsenal is it is a great way to deal with an opponent who has fantastic cardio or wants to push the pace of the fight, because this slows the pace of the fight. It helps you control the pace of the fight. If somebody's rushing forward and they just want to, they want to engage, they're all over the place, but every time they step in, you're taking their leg out, and then they have to get back up, and then they're running forward and you're sweeping them and dropping them to the floor, with a nice entry, boom. All of that controls the pace of the fight to what you want. So the cardio level doesn't really matter as much at this point. And I absolutely love this when I would get people, again, out of my gym. They would come in and they would just go so hectic. Like, just what are you doing, man? You can't keep that pace for 4 or 5 rounds, but we're only doing 1 round because we're going from person to person to person. So they just come in all ridiculous, unsustainable pace. I'm like, I want to slow it down a little bit. To toss them to the ground, sweep them to the ground, and you do that. And the last reason to really work sweeps and throws is, as I already mentioned, skill level wise, it is so much harder to dump somebody to the floor, to sweep somebody to the floor. Running forward and just bombing a punch in, there's a good chance that you're gonna land. A lot of that is fluke. You just throw and hope the person's there. You do not land a good sweep or a good throw or something like that with luck. There is all skill involved. And because there's skill, that means you doing these harder things is going to elevate you. It's going to elevate you so much more. You do the hardest things, and then when you go to, okay, you know, I'm going to step in, I'm going to just fire a jab, I'm going to block, and I'm going to counter hook. All of that seems easy in comparison. So you do the hard stuff, and then the other things seem so much more basic. That is one of the reasons I love it. And it's one of the reasons I think my skill level back in the day jumped quite quickly. So there are 5 reasons that you want to get these sweeps and these Muay Thai throws under your belt, really learn them. I'm going to have this great course for you. If you're on that wait list, you're signed up, you're going to get notified, you're going to be able to take advantage of that early bird pricing and know exactly when the course is launching. I still have lots of work to do, still have to film it all, still have to make some tweaks in everything that I have scheduling wise and just what I'm delivering, but still, let's get yourself registered. Down below, free, no obligations, and you guys are gonna love it, really. I put the first course out, defense, I worked hard on that one, did the offense course, wasn't quite as pumped on it, but it still came out really well. This course, it's gonna be one of the best. It's gonna be the best. I'm so excited. All right, guys, let's call it there. I'll see you back here very soon.